Okay, so as he's rambling, I'm writing.
Okay. She takes a pen and paper.
You guys happen to be coincidentally located right next to a cafe.
Is it the warded one?
Do you mind if we sit down? No. Do you mind if we sit down? As soon as it's actually no, it's a deli. It's not a cafe. It's in the it's in one of the office buildings. So.
I was actually picturing a bus stop. That's where crazy people walk up to me and just start talking.
That's legit. All right, bus stop. There's a bench. It's like, do you mind if we sit down?
I like to think that I was already sitting.
Okay.
He just sits down next to me and just starts talking.
Will you bring me my chocolate too?
Sorry.
I just stepped. I don't know. I almost stepped on that box.
Oh.
I do it.
I forgot the box was there.
I caught the corner of my toe.
That hurts. Thank you. Yeah. I would argue that my dick isn't tasty, but that's personal preference.
Have you gotten down there to give it a try?
Not my own.
Well, then how would you know?
I mean, like, dick in general is absolutely tasty, but... Oh my god. I can never hold these things right. Oh, whatever. So at one point, he's rambling. He mentions, you know, like you can tell that he's done purging for the most part. And kind of stops and he's like, you know, thank you so much for listening. If you need, if you feel like you need to return a favor, feel free to give me a call. Here's my number. And he gives you his contact information.
I'm actually thinking I'd probably be able to finish this before he finishes purging.
Quite possibly, but I want to hear them.
You can also just kind of describe what you're going for in the contract.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to raise him and his family, whoever he describes as his kin, to upper middle class for the duration of his lifetime in exchange for access to his soul.
So he starts with, this is a joke.
Let's go with no.
Can I think about it?
Absolutely.
And push him. Push!
Of course, the longer you think about it, the longer you and yours stay in destitution.
I don't know what that word means.
Oh. Without...
How hard was that for you to say?
Really bad. Oh my god.
Poor, unable to take care of yourselves.
Oh.
Everything that you need, everything that you just told me, all of your problems can be taken care of. Does this mean that they go to hell when they die?
No, their soul ceases to exist when it's eaten.
If I eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If they don't, then whatever happens to them when they die is as per normal.
Okay,
But
so...
that's actually one of the interesting metaphysical points, is that if they have a soul pact with a demon, that they are executed. It's a fantastic way to remove resources from an enemy demon. You can't claim the soul once it's gone.
Okay. So,
You have a soul pact with
if
this
I
human.
don't
Assassinate.
eat their soul, but I still claim the pact, then they get to go to whatever they would have gone to anyway.
No,
No?
you can't claim the pact without eating their soul.
Oh, okay. But I can say that they don't go to hell.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're not lying.
And I'm not lying. This doesn't mean that you would go to hell when you die. That's not what that means.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
No, that's not what that means.
Okay. I'll think about it.
With this, I can guarantee you will never go to hell.
There you go.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie because he's consumed. There's no hell.
If she
No.
consumes him right away,
If
she
I
can't
could-
guarantee that he's not going to die.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
Acidus isn't exactly peaceful at this point in its history.
Really?
Yeah, strangely.
Well, I'm gonna try to convince him. Hold on, I must have some.
This would be the social comment of your attacking a door, right?
The what?
So the way, oh, Dennis will explain it if you catch it. I won't overstuff you.
The moment, of course. You choose the moment when I have my mouth full trying to, like, eat some chocolate off my
I try and
hand.
always choose
To be
moments
like,
give
oh no,
myself.
he'll explain it. Fuck, man. Yes, you could attempt to social maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, go-to doesn't change your social maneuver stats.
Yeah.
That's not what the power is for. However, it's easy to...
That's right.
I'd certainly give you a bonus for impression.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his standing.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
know,
Thank you.
Yeah.
she probably knows all of his current aspirations because
Yeah.
he just word
Yeah.
vomited everywhere. So that
And-
is
Oh yeah, I'm like, she'll get a bonus. I would give you the power itself.
Mm-hmm.
Go-to.
Mhm.
I would certainly say would give you a bonus to... I'm not going to codify this into the rules for the power.
Okay.
But should it be used, should you then social maneuver someone that you go-to,
Mm-hmm.
it would certainly stand to reason that you would get bonuses on your standing, on your first impression level, to set your standing, which determines how often you can roll. As is with deductive reasoning, you can certainly figure out what some of their aspirations are, and then
You
use
just
that
text
in
them
the
with your
social
brain.
maneuvering to break down doors.
Okay.
With a D.
So,
You can't.
what would you like me to
Huh?
roll?
You can't.
Stuff.
Like, just nothing happens.
Well, it's just like how.
For the rest
guys
of
with
you.
metaphysical, magical beings, don't, supernatural beings don't.
While you guys
That's usually the
are
right result.
stuff, next scene on deck is going to be the address to the Concilium.
Oh Lord.
So, think of who else you guys are going to be for that. I'm assuming you're taking your ring with you.
Yeah, if the ring wishes to attend, they have full knowledge of what's going on. So.
Detective Mathers does kind of want to go as his other cover.
I mean, like
boy.
that's the bonus.
Actually, no.
right?
The mages know Detective Mathers already.
Depends on how much.
Yes,
you
is that a
leave.
benefit or is that a hindrance?
Yeah, that's the question. That's up to you on whether or not you want to
With
bring
plus
yourself to
social.
that.
No.
The thing is, one of my aspirations is to get the respect of the mages, which
Which,
means the mages have to know one of my
oh,
covers.
hello.
So choose a cover that
Persuasion?
you want
No,
to be
hold on.
your face to the
Yes,
mages.
it will be persuasion.
This is why, like, I've chosen Vivian as my cover face to the mages.
Yes, and the thing is if I use a different cover, then I'm revealing a second cover to the
You're not necessarily gaining respect by
Meeting,
revealing
nature of
it, though.
favors being asked.
No,
Yeah.
but I need
Call
to
for
reveal it
reveal.
in the process of getting that respect.
Well, I think you can get it as detective methods.
Hi.
Exactly.
Are you tired?
But if I do a
I'm sorry.
different one,
Would you like
then it would not be
caffeine
hard
pills?
for me to piece together.
Would you like to not take
No, not for a well-informed man like
Caffeine.
Yeah.
What are my aspirations?
Um,
Yes.
I think it would be
I'm gonna say presence plus persuasion. Sharon.
What? Presence plus persuasion?
Right.
Not manipulation?
I think it'd be
No.
funny if Johan showed up.
Does negotiations count?
Just bloop. Oh, what?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, wrong type.
What's my bonus?
Oh, because you have go too. I'm gonna say plus 3.
I spend a willpower.
Don't forget diminishing returns after 8 dice.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Diminishing returns after 8
It's
dice.
that weird bell curve of randomness.
Oh, the probability.
The probability curve goes.
Probability curve.
goes
Getting a
down.
dice pool of 8 is your ideal.
Okay.
After that, you're kind of wasting dice.
No.
Not for me.
Not for her.
I threw.
That's legit.
If she's
There-
not throwing a salad bowl, she's not succeeding.
I got really mad at a player character in Shadowrun, and as a GM, it's the one time I threw dice in an attempt to kill a character. I rolled 36 d6. I needed 6s and didn't get a single one.
I got 2 successes. Yay!
We're gonna call it excellent.
Did you re-roll the
Yes, I
Okay.
rolled the 10. I got a 4.
Okay.
Awesome. So,
I got needs. I got a 9 and a 10.
Okay.
I got lots of 6s. Oh look, now it's a 9.
Oh look, the 6 is upside down.
It's a 9 with a little accent over it.
Right?
So
Yeah.
like it's got an inflection. So it's like 9.
9?
so yeah, you can obviously use their aspiration as a benefit, and then make a.
I need a haircut.
Socialize plus manipulation roll.
Socialize plus
You need
manipulation.
a
Do I
sharper
get bonus for
pen.
that one? No? Okay.
No.
Okay, well then I am going to spend a little power for that.
And then I'd only allow you to do it if you're like an already accomplished like Shaolin monk or something. Because I wouldn't want you to like.
1,
Not
2.
beard. You don't need a beard
2.
cut. You need a haircut.
You already have. You promised their aspirations. We've already eliminated the door.
No tip.
Most people only have resolve of composure of
Just
2.
the tip.
So most people only
Cut
have
off
2
my
swords.
hair. No tip.
I gave just the shaft.
So you
The
do
tip
it,
cannot
right?
be involved.
Yeah.
I have to actually like
would
rewrite
be
that
very
system
awkward
because
for you.
something I appreciate more and I find
It's
more
a-
useful.
It's the bending of space time.
But that's too much work.
Okay.
So
Takes a little magic.
You use life magic to just
I'm gonna
invert
say-
the tip inside.
that he's
I'll just
Staunchly
put the tip
determined
in the
not
pocket
to.
dimension for the moment.
while you guys are talking,
Okay.
and then about like an hour later,
Mm-hmm.
he contacts you and says, "All right, I'll sign it."
Okay.
Enough time to go home and look at his family and realize,
Oh shit.
shit.
I live in a shoebox with 5 kids.
Yeah.
Well, an entire werewolf pack just became middle class citizens too.
Did they become middle class? Are you sure?
Well,
I promised them upper
they
middle
have
class.
homes,
Right. I was like, 'cause I
accommodating
don't
homes.
think that you were going to put them in the flats.
Now, having made very few contracts of my own, am I required to fulfill it with my own resources, or does it just metaphysically happen?
It just metaphysically happened.
Okay.
Actually, the way it worked in my head is I kind of saw it to where the lower they were in the pack, the more just kind of average they got, but the higher ups in the pack were the ones that got kind of like a little bit nicer. Not like, oh my god, this is like, but like just a little nicer.
We'll get to localities and the dimensions of power later.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm fascinated to see how this
The universe
unravels.
made them houses.
Yes.
You had no option in the planning of it.
There's like all of a sudden the city
shit,
has
sorry.
new streets.
Amendment. The soul pack doesn't get
Like a
copied.
whole new suburb pops up out of nowhere.
Okay.
That's fine.
Didn't realize
that's
we
fine.
can do
You do
So-
have to spend a hard stop
like,
to
oh,
seal the
shit.
pact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit!
But that's one experience to buy back.
Never mind. Like that would
That's
be
one experience by back,
amazing.
well then I'll just buy it back.
Well, the mages will
So,
roll
in that
well
case, so I
real
have the
quick.
soul pact.
Wait,
Do I have to
Where
use
did
that
that
as my
suburb
secondary
come
cover, or
from?
can I have a secondary
No.
cover that isn't
That
listed?
suburb's always been there. Was it
Second option.
yesterday?
You can absolutely have a secondary cover that
that
isn't listed.
suburb's always
Okay,
been
cool.
there. It wasn't there yesterday.
So I'll tell him to swing by my flat. I actually go ahead and tell him to come to
Ember Hill.
Ember Hill. Yeah,
It's
straight
no
up-
longer a flat, which you should stop
That's-
referring to it as a flat.
Well,
Come by
this is
my
the
come by
first
my
time-
home.
Yeah.
It was
stop by my home. And I
woefully
give him
low
the
of you to
address
to talk about your penthouse as
Mm-hmm.
a flat, which at least it's in a tall building, so
Okay,
you're,
so
you're in
technically
the,
it's
you're in the same ballpark, but it's still a penthouse.
Notice
He's being
how
modest.
much weight that
He's being
gives you
modest.
to invite people to Ember Hill to sign a contract for the soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Do
I
you
tell
know what it means to be able to invite people to Ember Hill?
Yeah. So okay, go ahead and tell him to come by, and then I let the person at the door know that I have a guest coming.
Excellent. I'm going to assume that you have subsidized and replaced most of the stuff.
Well, duh.
Whoever I needed to.
Do you keep Daniel?
Yes, because I want to get access to
Janine.
Janine.
And I plan on having sex with that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna get there first.
Because I believe
Threesome?
Janine could be
He's
a
already
very
got-
good asset, but getting to her is hard. You did put her
It's
on
like
the
there's story walls in the way. You knew.
You put her on the
Do you want
table.
to have sex?
That's so true. She's
No,
in the fiction.
devil's
She's not necessarily on the table.
Yes.
I did put her son on the
Just have
table.
the perfect power. Use of that power.
That's the ultimate date rape.
I don't know if
Remember, 1,000 no's and 1 yes is still a yes.
I don't know if Dennis heard that.
No, I didn't hear the plans. So, you get a text, Miss Wade.
I will go as detective first.
I will not be there.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Vanessa Crispin will not be there.
Okay. Are you going to take a facade?
No.
We're gonna take a temporary cover.
Okay. So you'll take a facade
Mm-hmm.
as you'll be a bodyguard.
Yeah, let's do bodyguard.
I hook her up with a beat cop.
Or she can
Oh
use
yeah,
one
that's
of her
right.
bodyguards
You have your
the night
bodyguards.
off and
Mhm.
just make sure that he signs out.
Yeah, never mind. I forgot that you actually had your own bodyguards and they weren't all
You,
contracted out
No,
for me.
no, she has her own bodyguards.
Because you so often just use me.
here, fill out, you want the night off, you can have this thing that says time off request.
Facade.
He doesn't have the job for the night, but he doesn't realize it.
He's getting drunk.
He has a job tomorrow, it's fine.
You're going as Detective Mathers. Okay.
It is a calculated risk.
Okay.
Alright, so I have an aspiration issue. So one of my aspirations was essentially to investigate the council with the whole purpose of doing a meeting like this. I know I haven't actively done any investigation, but it so happens that the meeting that the whole council investigation thing happened without me actually having to do any research. Just a doctorate paper landing in your lap and you just shipping it off.
You know what? That could very well fulfill Tempter. Getting somebody else to do your dirty work.
Yeah.
For which one?
For your aspiration of